Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have something a little different, and by different I mean it's not Lego Marvel for once. Today we're looking at some knockoff Lego Batman minifigures. Let's get into it. First and foremost, we're starting off with obviously the Cape Crusader himself, Batman, and taking off that piece there. He came with a batarang, and I want to say this is the Robert Patton Robert Pattinson's the Batman version of Batman. He does have some pretty decent. Ugh, I don't know why I can't speak today. Decent printing. He has printing on the arms. He even has the gauntlet that he wore in the movie. Uh, he has printing around the legs as well. There is also printing on the back of the torso. And I don't think he has another face besides for the one that's underneath the cowl right there. But overall, I'd say pretty decent. The only thing I would like to see him have done, which I don't know if you can really see it here, but they didn't put the eye black around the eyes. I feel like they should have done that. But overall, pretty good. I like it. It does the job for me. Uh, so with that, well, if I get it back on there. So with that, let's get into the next one. And so for our next figure here, we have Robin. I want to say this is I want to say Tim Drake. I may be wrong. I know it's not Jason Todd, obviously, because we'll find that out later. But uh, pretty cool. Has, printing on the arms and the legs. And I want to say there's printing on the back as well. Yep, there is. Uh, I did notice that, and it may just be, well, it doesn't look like it does as on camera, but it looked like whenever I first began putting this figure together that his face sculpt was really smushed. And I had that problem with a few of these guys that I don't know if they're going to be in this video or not, but some had like really squished face printing where the hair and the whatever doesn't align. The one thing I do have a question about that I just don't personally know is that you can, well, I guess you can, I don't know if you can really see it or not, but the logos for his R are pink and white, which I don't really understand that. I don't know if that was supposed to be like that or a printing issue. The only reason I got this Robin, though, is because I thought it looked the coolest at all, and it kind of fit with the Batman in a way, so I kind of wanted to match them together. What I really went for in this is screen accurate versions, like, or for most of the characters at least. But overall, this one's pretty cool. I like it. He comes with a bow staff as well. He doesn't have printing on the back of the head, but pretty dope figure. But let's get into the next one. All right, so for our next figure here, we have Jim Gordon. Oh, wait, is it? Yeah, Jim Gordon. Yeah, he is from the Batman adaptation. Uh, Pretty cool figure. He comes with a little 6-shooter revolver that I watched the movie last night, and I don't remember him having a revolver. I know he had like a 9mm or something like that, but I don't remember having a revolver. He does come with a pair of handcuffs here. Does have printing on the legs and torso and on the arms. He doesn't have side printing, but he does have printing on the top and the bottom of the legs. Doesn't come with extra head or extra face, but overall pretty cool figure. And let's get into the next. And for our next figure here, we have the Man of Steel, or I don't really know if you can call him that in this alteration, but it's Superman, and it looks pretty good. Not too bad. I like how the I don't know what you call that, the underwear over the tights kind of blends in there. This is, I want to say, based off the new movie because of the logo kind of looks the same. Unfortunately, he does come with a plastic cape, and I know what you're saying. You're like, well, why can't you put the one that's on Crypto over there on him? It's because the neck hole was too small, and I didn't want to ruin it. It does come with extra face though, where he's all bloodied up and stuff. I haven't watched this movie yet, but I do plan on watching it sometime or another. He does have the... Hold on, let me just pop the head off here so I can show the rest of the figure. He does have a little bit of printing on the arms. Does have side printing and side of the leg printing. Printing on the back. Overall cool figure. Let's go into the Crypto real quick. Once that, or I think that's how you say his name. Cryptodog. Super Dog. Anybody remember that show? Crypto here, pretty cool. He comes with the cloth cape. Not too much about him. He does have the Superman symbol on his collar there, and has a face. And he does have a tag on the back of his, on his back. But overall, pretty cool. I like these. So let's get into the next one we got here. And for our next figure here, we have Red Hood. Oh, there's a little bit of something on him. But we do have Red Hood. He did come with another gun, I will say, before we start. And it was a bazooka, but I didn't figure, why this Red Hood needed a bazooka necessarily. But I want to say this is based off the Arkham Knight game, where you can play as him in the side missions. Mostly. I mean, the guns are inaccurate, but the rest of it kind of looks similar. It may be off a movie adaptation, like the animated movies, not sure. But it does have printing on the face. It's just well, I don't know if I can get that off or not. No, it doesn't look, it's not one to cooperate. But it does have printing on the torso, printing on the legs, printing on the side of the legs, printing on the arms, printing on the back, and printing on the back of the legs. But pretty cool figure. I like it. I kind of went in the order of like heroes to anti-heroes, I guess you could say. Because if you ever played Arkham Knight, you fight him as a I forgot what they call him in Arkham Knight, besides for Red Hood, eventually. But anyways, on to the next one. And for our next figure here, we have Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman. And I know what you're saying. Most of the adaptations have been from more, or thinking, I don't know if you're saying it, or you're probably thinking it, but they've been for more movie, like actual movie adaptations, like real life. And then, I got the Jason Todd over there. But this was the only Catwoman I could get, because it was the only one they had that was in the store that I could get free shipping in. So I just went with it. I'm probably going to customize it with some extra parts and make a different version of Catwoman. Maybe something similar, or more similar to the Arkham games. But overall, this one's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. She does come with 2 face prints. Comes with her trusty whip. Printing on the front, printing on the bottom. Just have printing on the arms and printing on the back of the torso. She does come with a utility belt. That's pretty cool. I haven't got a figure yet that has a utility belt, so pretty cool. But yeah, on to the next one. And up next we have Harley Quinn. She's pretty cool. I will try to get something that was more, well, I guess something more Suicide Squad related Harley, because that's my favorite version of her from the movies. But I think that's the only live action movie she's been in, unless I'm completely wrong and just not thinking straight. But pretty cool. I kind of don't like that they didn't give her the red or like a pink on this part, and I may go and fix that later. She does come with 2 face scans, I'm pretty sure. Yep, yeah, one on the back and one on the front. This is her, like, more, I guess, say, cartoony look. And then she has one where she has some goggles on. She does come with her trusty baseball bat. Does have printing on the side of, she does have wraparound printing. Has it on the arms, has it on the legs, has it on the front of the torso. Same thing over here. I'm not really sure what the whole bat symbol in the back is, and you may be able to tell me in the comments because I may just not know. But overall, pretty cool, I'll say. If I can get this hairpiece back on there. And let's go ahead and get into another one.
Another one.
And up next, we have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. This was the only Joker that they had that wasn't the Batman movie one. And not that I hate the Batman movie, it's just that I wanted, like I said, more real characters, like the more IRL movie adaptations. But he's pretty cool. I don't understand why they gave him a hammer unless I just forgot about that whole scene. But besides for that, we're gonna take that out so we can look at him a little bit more. He has printing on the front and the legs. He does have arm printing. He does actually have side printing, or he has wraparound printing for both the torso and the legs. He does have two faces. He has one where he's laughing hysterically, and then he has that one. Honestly, I thought because so my world got completely shattered last night because I got deep into some Batman lore, and apparently the Robert Pattinson one isn't in the DCU that they're making now, which they tried to make a DCU several thousand times so far, it seems like, and that this Joker isn't actually even the Joker. Like, they ruined his character in that second movie. That second movie was garbage. The first one was beautiful. Like, it was a great movie to introduce a Joker character, but they absolutely ruined him in that second one. And that is my hot take. It probably isn't a hot take because y'all probably feel the same if you watch that movie. But overall, I really like this one. But let's get into another. And for our next guy here, we have Oswald Cobblepot, or Oscobb that they call him in the Batman movie. Also known as the Penguin. He's pretty cool. I wish they did a different hair mold, which I want to say this one's based off the Lego adaptation of that actual one. Like, I wish they would have gave him something similar to not necessarily the Alfred hair for the Lego Batman movie, but something more thinning, because his hair was pretty thinning. He didn't actually come with a gun; he came with nothing. But I gave it to him, and you'll see the figure that I'm talking about in the next video that actually came with that gun. But I gave it to him because I thought he needed a weapon of some sort. He does have printing on the front, printing on the legs, printing on the arms. No side printing. But he does have printing on the back, and I don't think he has another face scan. No, he doesn't. But overall, I mean, pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to complain about here, really. And with that, let's get on to the next one. And for our next figure here, we have the Riddler. And I want to say this Riddler, based off of the information I have, is based off the Telltale games. Because that was the only adaptation of the Riddler that I've personally seen that has the hood and then, like, the coat, like, I can't even get that out of there. I don't even know if he comes with a second head scan, honestly, because I just slapped it on there. I got tired of building them. My thumb still hurt from building all these minifigs, because there's more to come in the future with the but overall pretty cool. He does have printing on the front, a dual molded like action on the feet there, no printing on the sides. He does have printing on the back, and he comes with his trusty question mark cane. So overall, pretty cool figure. But let's get into the next. And for our next one is Mr. Freeze. He's pretty cool, actually. I really like this one. It was a little difficult to build these pieces back here, because it was like, you had to plug it in with like a I don't even know the name of the piece, but you put the clear blue stud, and then you put the gray cap over it. But it was pretty cool. See if we can get this. Well, we got it off. We just getting the head off, but it does have printing on the front of the torso, printing on the legs and the feet, printing on the arms, and printing on the back. Pretty cool. I feel like it does the job. I'm not exactly sure what. I just wanted to pick fellas gun. I don't really know what iteration of the Dr. Freeze's is, I feel like it's Arkham based, but it may not be. I'm not sure. Could be the Telltale also. But I think in the Telltale he didn't have the whole dome part. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, get into the next one. And for our final figure here, we have Scarecrow. And I know what you're thinking. That's not really movie accurate. That looks, to me, it looks more like the Lego Batman games one. And yeah, I know, but I really wanted a Scarecrow because I like his whole gist in the Batman world. He does have, he has printing on the torso, printing on the legs, printing on the arms, printing on the hip there, and or I don't know if you call that the hip or the upper leg. Uh, and he does have printing on the back. He does come with two face scans. If I can get the hat off. Oh, yep, there we go. That was easy. Uh, he does have this one, and then he has that one. But overall, pretty cool figure. And I mean, like, if I just wanted to be like, oh, I want the Batman from Batman Begins, all I gotta do is pop the thing off, switch it to this one, guess throw it on that James Gordon, and it'll be close enough, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, overall, pretty cool figure. But this was the last one so far, so we're gonna get into everything we got here today, and we're gonna talk about it. And once I get this assembled. All right, here's a final look of everything we had here today. I'd say overall, I pretty like. I like it. I like it. You can obviously tell with handling these how this is not actual Lego. It feels cheap, but I mean it looks good. It does the job for me. Uh, Overall, I give it a solid. I give it about a 7.5 out of 10. Because I mean they're not bad. They have pretty good printing, or they go into a lot of detail in their printing, and just you got to be careful with certain things like the capes and stuff like that, because I know a lot of other people have problems with ripping their capes, and I don't want that for mine because I just don't want it to break. But overall, I really like everything here today, and as an added bonus, I made something whenever I ordered these, and it may not be the best looking, but it does the job for me because it's a custom Harvey Dent Two-Face. It's roughly based off the Dark Knight version. I gave him a red hand from an extra Iron Man that I had. Gave him a gun, and then I painted the face. The paint that I was using wasn't the best, like the red, but it gave it that kind of look, like it's like the skin was ripped off and stuff like that. And then I tried to paint white eye and white mouth, and it didn't go just perfect, but it does the job. But I really like it, and we're gonna put him back here beside Penguin. And this is the Batman Super DC collection so far. I'm hoping to get some more DC guys later on down the line. Maybe build like the Suicide Squad, or start building up like, I don't know, maybe the Teen Titans, something like that. There's some of my favorite franchises besides for Batman, or that are, I guess they're relevant to the Batman universe. I'm not exactly sure, but just something different. And well, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like. It's free. Make sure to leave a comment. It's free. Make sure to subscribe. That's really free. You should really do that one. And I will see you guys in the next one. And as the great words of Fred Durst, keep on rolling.